Hey guys, what's going on? Michael Panetta here, and we are on episode 2 of my series in updating the office, making it a little bit better. And we're talking light strips today. Now, I have been using the Philips light strips on this desk and on the TV for a while now. And it has its good and it has its bad. But obviously we want to talk about the Lifx strips here. So big thanks again to Amanda Woolsey, who told me about this last year at some point. I've had these for a while. That Best Buy has a little bit of a different setup for a little bit more money. For $99.99, basically $100, same exact lights, except this is 9.9 feet compared to the one that you get through Lifx on Amazon, which is only 6.8 feet, I believe, or 6.6. So you get an extra 3 feet for $10 more. I think that's totally worth it, and obviously because I picked it up. So let's take a look inside, which again, this is still taped on here. Now I do want to show you guys an actual test of these and go over the physical differences that I see in the lights here. The pricing on the Philips Hue to compare it to the Lifx is about the same for the light strips. However, $89.99 for this. But for the Philips Hue, you need to get a bridge to use with this. There's no bridge required. There's nothing that you have to hook up to your Wi-Fi, unlike you have to do with the Philips Hue. And that bridge itself I've seen as low as $50 and retail $59.99. So take that into account when you're looking between these two and when I compare these two, because if you like the way the Philips works better, keep in mind that you're going to have to spend about $150 to get the full kit. Now keep in mind, if you already have Philips Hue and you've got a bridge, you're good to go. I can't remember how many you can hook up to one bridge, but I do believe it's quite a few, so I don't think you'll have a problem running into that. And if you're going to be adding on and spending all the money on the lights anyway, what's another $60 on a bridge, to be completely honest with you. The Lifx, I did see the 2.5 meter go down into the 70s, but I don't think that was through Lifx themselves, so I would be careful about that. It's definitely worth, spending the price that you need to pay through Lifx, through a reputable dealer. If you see it for a little bit less, then pull the trigger. But in my opinion, best bang for the buck is the 9.5 foot or 9.9 feet on the Best Buy version, which they still have. And until they come out with something new or something better, I don't think you can go wrong with these. So let's go ahead and change the camera angle and take a look at these compared side by side. There's no question that these both look good when they're in their setups. However, you can see right off the bat that the Lifx, which is on the bottom, and the Philips Hue on the top, the clusters for the Lifx is much closer together. However, the way that they achieve the colors that they have is completely different. Looking closer at the Philips Hue, you have a warmer LED, then in the center you have your RGB, and to the right you have your clearer white. And as I'm cycling through the colors here, you see the blue up top, and as we get to the purplish closer to the red, you see the red assisting to get to that purple color. Eventually the blue will go out and go strictly red, and then when you get to the orange, yellow, you'll see the green kick in at the bottom, and then you'll see it strictly go to green, and then of course back around to the other colors again to get to the seafoam and then eventually blue. However, when we move to the white side, you'll notice on the cooler colors, the green was assisting the whiter light, and as we get to the warmer whites, you'll notice the red is assisting, and even the whiter LED is helping here, and I think that gives it more clarity and making it actually a little bit brighter. Now I'm going to cycle back around here again, and you'll notice as the green helps kick in to the cooler colors or the bluer tones, which surprised me a little bit. I thought the blue would be helping this out much over the green color, but the Lifx actually handles it a little bit differently, so let's pull those up. Handling colors is pretty much the same thing that Philips Hue does for obvious reasons that red, green, and blue make up the different colors, but I do feel that Lifx is a little more harsh when it comes to shutting off colors and changing them to make different combinations. I don't feel that you really see a whole lot in changes when it comes to blending those colors. I think each one might get just a little bit brighter as opposed to a little bit softer and just shuts off and goes to the next color. Now, one other thing is worth mentioning, that the way that these clusters are set up, the RGBs are not placed in the same cluster as it goes through the entire strip. As you can see, the one on the left is different than the two on the right. Now this is where the two get very, very different. Obviously the Lifx only has one LED, and that cycles through a cooler and a warmer tone as it goes through the cycle, but it relies more on the RGB colors to create that cooler tone or warmer tone. Whereas we saw on the hue, the green was assisting to make the ice blue color, and in this instance we have green and blue assisting. And of course, to make the warmer tones, we've got red and green doing that. And the LED itself does get a little bit cooler and a little bit warmer based on the selection that you've made. Now, comparing them side by side, both at 22%, and I think it looks better on camera, but you can see the Lifx does appear to be that much brighter, but that doesn't mean that the Philips Hue doesn't look good when it's in a setup situation. I just wanted to put these side by side so you can see them straight out before we put them in a setup. Both at 100% right now, you can see where the Philips Hue starts filling in those gaps, but let's take a look at a setup and I'll show you exactly how they perform. First we have the Lifx, which is very, very bright. Next we have the Philips Hue, which you'll see is a little bit more tame, but it looks good. Again, Lifx, Philips Hue. Now what I did right here is actually take both of them on at the same time, and I'm going to turn each one off and show you how each affects each other when it's turned off or how they go. And then we turned off the Lifx right here, turn them both back on, and then we go ahead and turn off the Philips Hue, which really doesn't affect it all that much. And we'll go ahead and turn off the Lifx, and then you turn the Lifx back on. Now please keep in mind, this isn't some scientific experiment. I'm just putting these side by side, and you know, really it is your preference on what you like and what's going to work for your system. Next, we're going to take a look at the apps for each light, and taking a look at the Lifx, I really like how they have this set up as far as being able to pick each light and how you want to control it. Now, going into the light strip itself, you have the ability to go up and down the color wheel here, and it gives you a degree, so you know what color you're looking at, and you can make it any weaker or any stronger, and of course you can control how bright or dim you need it to be. Same thing goes for the white side. You can do ultra warm, warm, neutral, warm, cool, and what I like about this is it gives you the Kelvin. That's perfect for when I'm looking to do a video, so I know I can match exactly the style that I want. Next, we're going to take a look at the themes that are offered, and I really like these because you'd actually just tap on it, and it will actually give you the range of colors that are being used in that theme. And you can see at the top there, it literally uses a whole array of colors to help create the themes that they have. They've got solid colors that you can choose from. Effects, you can do candle flicker, color cycle, move to the music, strobe, the whole nine, as you can see. Next is the wake up and day, evening, night. You can set up a schedule on how you want these to start, and you can be in the morning where it's really dim and then get brighter during the day. And then as the evening, it gets darker and darker. Now, of course, you know, if that's something that you're going to be around all day, I just turn them on, turn them off, and, you know, you're pretty much ready to go. Moving over to the Philips Hue, you have the ability to go into each light also, and then you control how you want the color to be. Now, much different than the Lifx, you can't go in and know a percentage or degree of color that you're at. You just kind of have to move around. Same thing goes for the white side, warmer to neutral to blue. No Kelvin rating there, which is a little bit of a bummer. In each light, you have the ability to pick a recipe. You can relax, you can read, you can concentrate. But once you go out and you can control both lights, they work in conjunction, or as many as you have, to create these scenes. Now, again, not as many as Lifx, but they do offer a good bit. And what I like about this is you can go in and you can actually do a scene based on the suggestions that are given, or you can go into your camera roll and pick out a picture that you like and pick the color from that, and you know, decide on how you want it to be. More pink, more white, more green, based on the picture that you're looking at. So that's very, very cool. And you also have the ability to set up routines. Same thing as the Lifx app. You can do home and away, you can do wake up, you know, so on and so forth. I want to take a second and just show you guys a couple themes in action with the TV on, so you can get an idea of what they look like. First up is the Philips Hue, and this is called Spring Blossom. It's mixed with pink and some white, so it gives off a very nice color. And then the Lifx, which actually is similar to the Rose Blossom, has a little bit of red and a little bit of orange in there, and I do think it is a lot brighter. This is the Sunset on the Philips Hue. I think this looks pretty good. A very nice bright color, and similar setup for the Lifx, a little bit more orange and white in it. So at the end of the day, really what you want to choose is something that's going to work for you, and depending on the ecosystem that you are in, will allow you to help choose. I don't think you'll be disappointed in either one of them. The Philips Hue is a little bit more expensive compared to the Lifx. I've had less issues with the Philips Hue when it comes to disconnecting than I have with the Lifx, but all in all, I think they are both very, very solid products, and I don't think you'd be disappointed in either one of them. I'll put the links in the description for all of these. If you guys enjoyed this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. Of course, if you're stopping by for the first time, hit that subscribe button. I want to thank you all for your continued support. You all have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video.